Hey there guys, welcome to another Getting Personal. Today's subject is called starting projects, and what that entails, I want to discuss all the psychology around it, how maybe one can force themselves to start projects and get going, that energy that you need. How the hell do you do it? What the hell do you do? And how to strategize around it. Like being smart with it. Don't just jump in and put everything there thinking, oh, it's going to work. Actually have some sort of like plan that if it does work, you're not going to be screwed. So today, let's discuss this subject. So starting a project can be daunting. You can get stuck on just starting. You don't go anywhere. You procrastinate for months and months and months. You have no fire behind you because you aren't really that encouraged, because perhaps you need to put some pressure on yourself. I find that as a freelancer, you always don't have a job to rely on, so you have no security. With no security, you have fire, right? But you oftentimes, well, you could have a sense of security because you have finances behind you to back you up. Then you kind of like still procrastinate on things, and lo and behold, you still don't get anywhere. So you have to develop certain psychology behind it. Maybe perhaps put some of your money away where you can't touch it, you can't do anything with it, and that actually creates more fire behind it, because you're like, well, I've got a year's worth of pay to get myself through this. Let's crack on. Let's do this, right? And psychologically, what you're doing is you're producing something that you wouldn't naturally get. And that's the problem. When you start a project, you need to be under this pressure. You need to put yourself under pressure to finish it. It's like setting a milestone, working on a game. You have this pressure. But for yourself, and when you hold yourself accountable to things, it's really, really difficult. And so you need to create pressure. Diamonds are created under pressure. So can you. But we don't know if the project will work. Whatever that you want to do will work. So that comes to the next thing, is strategize. Look at a market where you can possibly make just even like breaking even, right? Because then you're breaking even, and you can then work out the market and go, well, okay, if I'm breaking even in this market, how can I accelerate that too? That's a better choice to be aiming for. You don't want to be going for like completely blinded market where you're like so niche-y in it that, oh, it won't work out. So you want to try something where you're kind of like, okay, there's a lot of attention around this market, but I can offer it something new. And I can do it in such a way where I'm not expending so much money at the start to see what happens with it. You're just putting your time into it and you're testing it. You're doing a bit of a smokescreen test to go into that market. So what you could do is you could do like almost like it's like a test bed, and just see like if people like your product. You don't actually have to make the product physically. You could do like 3D renders, you could do like the mock-ups and things like that, and just start putting ideas in place and things like that, just to see. And you can start Instagram, and you can start a website. You can do all these things to start to that snowball effect. And I want to discuss another thing, is that the procrastination when you do start something, you can get stuck on the starting point, and when you just like, you want to get that perfection too. You're trying to be like, I want a really good product. I want to make something that's awesome. You need to drop that. Just get rid of it. You just need to attempt something, because what comes from that is a snowball effect, right? You feel like, okay, I made this. It's not great. I know it's not great, and just leave it there and put it out there in the world. See who likes it. Someone might like it. And what that creates is a snowball effect of encouragement for you to grow. And you're like, okay, some people like it. Then you kind of like test it. You get a bit of a metric from social media. You test it out. And then you're more encouraged to kind of like do things. And just put some time aside to do it. Just cut everything else out and just do this thing. Because what you're doing is you end up procrastinating on the start of it, and just cut some time out for yourself. Just go, this is going to be my thing. I'm going to do this. Say you're working in a studio, or you're doing something full-time for somebody. Say you just work your weekends and just do it. Like this is the perfect time to do it. It's your holidays. I know it sucks, but it's your holidays. But like, you are essentially wanting to start something new for the year, and just like kick the new year off with something awesome, right? Just do it. Find the passion, because it's in you. You have that fire and desire, but you have the fear that stops you from doing it, because boy, oh boy, it sucks to fail, and you have to go towards it. You have to just jump in, try your best. You probably won't succeed at the start, but maybe you can get tiny little smidgets of wins, and then that will snowball for you. Hopefully. That's if you've strategized this. Strategize it in a way and go, okay, there's some interest here. Don't go to a dead market. Don't. It's like buying some stock and the stock hasn't moved for years. It's dead. It's done. Leave it alone. You have to go, okay, what do people want? And can I offer it, right? That's what your thinking is. And you're just kind of like, it's almost like when people make their own personalized coffee, right? It's kind of like, maybe it probably will sell, like if you market things right and you can offer something different, but you're not going to make a crap ton of money. You make some money, and that's the thing. That's good enough. You get to grow your brand, and you get to be so proud of it because it's your brand. It's your fire behind it, and you get to wake up every day and motivate yourself to do it. So just to go over the things again, just start, right? Just start. Go and research your market. Don't just dive into a random market and start your projects. Just don't. And another thing is, start Instagram, start social media, get a website, just so you have it there. And don't put so much work into it. Don't get stuck on the start. The start is the start. From a start line, you're not too much of that sprinters thing. You're kind of warming up, you're kind of getting there. And then you start to go faster and faster once you get your stride, right? You're sprinting and you're starting like this, just start. You're going to warm up to things, and boy, oh boy, you'll feel good. You will feel good because you feel like you're accomplishing something, and just put that time aside to do that project. So I don't know what else to add. I just wanted to put that out there and hopefully get you guys going. I want to start something for the New Year's, or something right now because you have the holiday break to do it, and just start it. Just bloody start it. You guys don't get stuck. It's like the worst point. Put some fire behind you. Leave your job. Do the bloody thing that you always wanted to do. Say just screw it. Screw it. I don't want to do it. I want to do it. You want to do it. You want to do it. A lot of these things, if you don't have fire behind you, you don't have pressure behind you, you're never going to do it, right? So maybe create that pressure. Get help from friends or family to create that pressure. I don't know. Do something to create that pressure. Tell someone you want to start this idea and get them to hold you accountable for it. Get them to go, hey, you've done that today, and then you have to do it. Do something that you can get yourself into it. So I'm going to leave this here. I hope you guys get something from this. You guys can like and subscribe, comment on whatever you want. And until next time, guys, take care.